Day 8. So your challenge today is to write a sweet little note for your husband and tell him something nice about himself. Just pick one trait that you appreciate about him or something that he does for the family and just thank him. You know, maybe it's his sense of humor. Maybe it's his diligence in getting tasks done. Maybe it's his ability to just roll with it, or whatever. Think of one thing and make a cute little note. And or if you don't do cute, sorry, turn my phone off. If you don't do cute, whatever, make just a little handwritten note and tuck it away in his wallet, put it on the dashboard of his car so he gets it when he goes to work. Maybe your husband doesn't always notice things. You could like tape it in the middle of the back door over the doorknob so when he goes to work he can see it. So yeah, but just a sweet little note of appreciation, something you appreciate about him. And that is your challenge. I was having a conversation, it's been a while now, it's probably been a few months, with a friend of mine, and we were talking about just different things that happen in life and with kids, and her kids sleep in and my kids are always up at the crack of dawn, and I was like, oh, I wish. And just in that conversation, she made this comment, because then, we were going on to say how, like, oh, how all of those stories start with the trading places, like, I wish I could have your life. And she said, and I don't know where the quote is from, but she said, comparison is the thief of joy. And that has just stuck with me. So don't let comparison be the thief of joy in your marriage. Don't compare your spouse to anyone else's spouse. Don't compare your marriage to anyone else's marriage. What we see, especially on social media, but even just in real life, what we see is like the best of people when they're trying to be their best. Most of the time, we don't see the nights where, I'm tired, my husband's tired, the kids are having a meltdown on the living room floor, everybody's yelling at each other. You don't see that very often when you see people at church or when you see people after school. Most of the time you're not seeing those interactions, but they happen for other people too. And even if they don't compare yourself. Don't compare your marriage. Don't compare your spouse to anyone else. I have like a bunch of flies over here by this light. It is driving me crazy. It's summertime, the back door is like open. Anyway, I need to get over the situation with the flies. So yes, and one thing that I wanted to note with this not comparing, it's not just comparing yourself to someone else or comparing your spouse to someone else. It's comparing how things are now to how they were, or even comparing how things are now to how you thought they were going to be because of movies or books or things that you've read or experienced or heard other things people talk about. So basically, comparison is not good and it's not going to get you anywhere. Appreciation is what you need. So let's start by finding something to appreciate about our spouse and writing that down in a little note. And if you really are having a hard time with finding one thing that you can appreciate about your husband, then just write a note that says, I love you. I love you, and thank you for being who you are. So God bless you. Good measure, packed down, flowing over. Check the video description for more details. And remember, comparison is the thief of joy. So let's make an effort to not compare ourselves, our spouses, our marriages to other people's marriages. I'll see you tomorrow.